Hi guys, it's Samita, and in today's video we're gonna learn about all the tips and tricks for a beginner makeup tutorial or how to enhance your own features through makeup. We will work with what we have. The point of this video is that you could enhance your own features with whatever you have. So before we dive into this video, please comment and tell me what problems do you face while doing beginner's makeup, and I will be there to answer you. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would be really grateful. And now let's dive into the video. Hey guys, so I'm starting off by toning my face with this rose water that has clove in it. It's super refreshing and just wakes my skin up. Then I'm going in with a ceramide moisturizer because my skin is on the drier side and I need all the hydration I can get. Next, I'm using the MAC Studio Radiance Primer. It's illuminating and gives that hydrated, glowy base that I love. Now for my lips, I'm using this lip oil from Stila Cosmetics. Honestly, it's so good, keeps my lips soft and hydrated. And for my brows, I always make sure to clean off any product or moisturizer from them first. If you skip this step, your brows can get very crusty and no one wants that. I'm using this Benefit brow pencil to fill in the sparse areas and shape them a little bit. I brush the product through and keep the front super light to avoid that harsh, boxy look. And after that, I go in with this brow gel to give them that bushy laminated effect, and I press them down a bit with my fingers so that they stay in place, and that looks really clean. And now to sharpen everything up, I'm using my Swiss Beauty concealer that matches my skin tone. Not too light, not too dark, just perfect for carving out and defining the brows without making them look too stark. And you can see how nice and clean they look. For color correcting, I'm using this blush from a brand called Uninterrupted. It's got that orangey tone that helps cancel out pigmentation on my face. And if you have skin like mine, you'll definitely see a difference. Just remember to blend it out really well and use a tiny amount so that it doesn't look cakey, because we're going to put several other products on top of these products. So after this, we're going to be using our skin tints and foundation. And I'm going to use Fenty Beauty Skin Tint and the Maybelline Superstay Foundation to get like my perfect match. I like to apply it with my fingers first. It helps spread the product evenly. And then I go in with my favorite brush from Mars and I start pressing it into the skin instead of dragging it. And that way the finish stays smooth and natural. I'm especially careful around my brows and under my eyes. I'm not putting anything so that it doesn't look heavy or overdone. Moving on to contour, I'm using this Milk Makeup contour stick and applying it to the hollows of my cheeks, forehead and jawline. Create some soft shadows and dimensions. I also like to bronze my eyes a bit just to tie everything together. And of course, do not skip the jawline because it really sharpens the whole face. And for the nose, I am using the same product and blending it upwards into the inner corners of my eyes to keep everything super seamless. Once it's blended, it gives a super natural shape. And now I am adding blush with these cream ones from Love Earth. They are so nice. I just blend them in with my fingers and that really melts everything into the skin. Cream blushes give that fresh, dewy look that I'm all about. For concealer, I'm using this Too Faced concealer. It's super high coverage and I just use this a little bit for brightening. Placement is the key here. I apply it only where I need it and then blend it out carefully. The goal is to lift and brighten without looking heavy. And again, less is more to avoid creasing under your eyes. And you can see how I am blending the whole product. I am just stippling the brush and making the product go into my skin instead of dragging it all around. And now it's time to lock everything in with the setting spray. I'm using this one from Milk Makeup. It really helps your makeup last, and I love the dewy finish it gives. I am a dry skin girly and this kind of setting spray is really a must. And now for that glow, I'm using Revolution's Glass Glow Highlighter. It gives the prettiest shine without being glittery. I apply it on the high points of my face and it instantly makes the skin look so healthy. To set everything else, I'm using the banana powder from Revolution. I like it because it actually matches my skin tone pretty well. I use it to set my under eye, nose, forehead and smile lines and jawline. Basically the areas where I do not want too much shine. And I'm careful not to dull down the highlighter I already placed because I like to look glowy and very dewy instead of looking extremely matte. And this is how I carve out my jawline. This is a really important step. And after putting the powder down, then I take a clean brush and buff everything together so that it looks smooth and blended. You don't want those harsh lines showing. It should all melt into the skin. Now I'm using this Revolution bronzer. I add a little bronzer on top to bring back the warmth and dimension. I also use it to contour my nose a bit more and run it slightly through my crease and nose bridge to bring the look together without using eyeshadows. And of course, we are doing like a minimal look, so do not forget to use the same bronzer and tightline your eyes with it. Now I'm using this Maybelline kajal. I start by tightlining. It really makes the lashes pop and adds subtle definition. And then I use the Stila eyeliner to do a wing. My trick is to start from the outer corner and draw a small triangle and then connect it to the middle of the lash line and filling it in. I think this shape really suits my eye type and gives that lifted siren vibe. And following up with the inner corner, just like brushing the inner corner out a little bit. And while doing the second eye, I was actually doing really well, but you know, you get that peer pressure while you're shooting something and then things just go wrong. Yeah, so that happened with me. I totally messed this one up, and you can see my face. I had to wipe it off with the tissue, but you know, we all make mistakes. I fixed it. Yeah, I did. I took a blender and I put the thing back, and of course, no stress. I put the eyeliner, and at the end, basically, it looked really cute. See, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now for lashes, I curl them up first, which helps a lot in keeping them lifted. You have to just look down. I know it's a scary looking step, but girls, you need to do it. Okay, and after this, I'm using this Smashbox Superfan mascara. So the trick is to look down and wiggle the wand as you go up. For the outer lashes, I flick them outwards to elongate the eyes. I do a few coats to get that fluffy, defined look. Now, doing the same steps on the other side, you have to leave in the curler for like 15 to 20 seconds and use the mascara the same way. And if you mess it up like I did, I have, you know, put it up on my eyelid. I will show you how to remove it. And I also do a light coat on the bottom lashes just to open up the eyes a bit. Since I have small eyes, I don't use too much product there, just a little bit. And when I accidentally get the mascara on my skin, I wait for it to dry and then use a spoolie to gently flick it off. It comes right off without messing your base up. Then I go back in with a little more highlighter in the inner corners, nose bridge, and the tip. And just do not connect both of them because that will just look weird. Just a final few touches to bring the whole look together. I also tap in on a bit more blush to freshen it up. It gives that cute flushed vibe. Now for lips, I was going to use this lip liner from Colourpop, but it broke, so I ended up using a brush to apply the same color. I lightly overline my lips, mainly at the cupid's bow and slightly on the bottom. Nothing too dramatic, just to give the illusion of fuller lips. And I don't go too overboard with it. And if you don't like overlining your lips, you don't have to do it. But it suits me, so I just do that. And to finish it off, I used a Gisou lip oil in Strawberry Sorbet. It's so pretty and gives that juicy plump effect. It really pulls the whole look together. You can see how nice it is. And that's it. That's how I got this super glowy, fresh, and natural look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.